Indy News number 125 is going to be an all IDW update, and we're going to talk about The Hollows, brand new series coming to IDW by Chris Ryle and Sam Keith. We're also going to talk about G.I. Joe getting a new creative team, and they're going to get outed. We'll tell you more about that.
What?
Thunder Agents is moving over to IDW. Yes, I know, we all thought it was a DC thing, but no, not anymore. It's at IDW. And we're going to wrap it all up with Doctor Who editing IDW books.
Liar!
All that and more coming right up. Hey, you want to save 20% off of everything in the store? Then show up on the 20th of every month, because the 20th is Founders Day here at Alternate Reality. And on Founders Day, everything except this week's new comics and bulk supplies is 20% off. That's right, every single thing in the store is 20% off every 20th here at Alternate Reality.
This alley is the perfect place for Comic Book Man and Bo. Lots of indie comics to talk about and no law enforcement.
If we all just stick together, we'll make a better target. Independent Comic Book News, episode 125, straight out of Flopton.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. Bocephus,
Yeah.
please tell us, what time is it?
It's Indy News time.
Indy News time.
Specifically, IDW News time.
IDW News time, and it's all coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie, beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone, especially all my IDW comics. This all IDW update starts off with Matt Smith. That's right, Doctor Who. He's editing books at IDW.
No,
canned him off the show, and he's rolling his own cigarettes, editing books at IDW.
Matt's a relatively common name, so 2000 AD has an editor who's named Matt Smith. And he, which has got to be kind of weird, because he did a Doctor Who book, and you know he probably, it's like, you have Matt Smith and Matt Smith in the same room talking to each other. It's got to be really weird. But he's writing
Matt, hi Matt. Hi.
How you doing, Matt? How you doing, Matt? How you doing, Matt? What are your mother? Do you have any brothers?
My towel, Matt Smith.
Right. So he's writing a Judge Dredd Year 1 limited series for IDW. So we get to find out why Judge Dredd, or Joe Dredd, was such a jerk before or maybe after he put the helmet on.
The IDW version.
I am the law.
The IDW
Yes.
Okay.
Not the movie one.
He doesn't like to do with diaper.
Meanwhile, you folks out there, remember Thunder Agents over at DC Comics? DC moved heaven and earth to get the license of Thunder Agents. That fight over the rights to Thunder Agents went on for like 3 or 4 years. DC going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Finally, they got the rights to Thunder Agents, and they did 2 runs of it, as I remember.
Well,
right? and hardcovers, but they did 2 runs of the comic.
They got Thunder Agents. They got Nick Spencer to work on it. Nick Spencer wanted to work on it. He was the one guy they wanted to work on it. He was enthusiastic about it. And then they let him go work for Marvel exclusively, and they said, well, what the hell are we going to do with Thunder Agents? And the answer was, they let it go.
They shit-canned it.
IDW now owns the rights to it. While it was Thunder Agents, they're going to do a new ongoing series, which actually technically could be written by Nick Spencer, because he'd had that little minor out in his Marvel contract, and they will reprint older stories in much, they'll probably do a lot of artist editions on those things.
The book never sold for DC.
Never, ever
I mean, if by selling you mean numbers that are 15 to 20% of Batman, then yeah, it's sold. But I mean, 15 to 20% of Batman translates to 200% of Looney Tunes.
I think Thunder
Which
Agents,
ain't much.
It's a property that a lot of people in comics really have a big deal about.
Yes.
And I think that when it comes out to when the books get published, people look at it and go, what the hell is that?
It's not that there's anything wrong with the Thunder Agents, and God knows not Wally Wood's Thunder Agents, but
and the Nick Spencer
nobody took that last version to their heart, and I don't know if people are going to take this version to their heart. Thunder Agents has always been one of those snakebit properties that everybody talks about in very glowing terms, and nobody buys when it comes out. But they talk wonderful things about it.
Oh my God! I really wish Thunder Agents would come out, and then it shows up and they go, it's on the rack.
Oh, well, X-Men out this week? Yeah.
Okay, I'll get that. I'm going to buy that instead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what about Thunder Agents? I'll get it when the trade comes out. Yeah, sure you will. Meanwhile,
an explanation.
The Lonely Tree.
In the G.I. Joe corner of the IDW universe, there are some editorial changes.
Fred Van Lente, who also has a technical Marvel exclusive. Yeah. And Steve Kurth, who did some work over at Marvel, does work everywhere else.
Does he have a Marvel exclusive too?
No, Steve Kurth does not. Although he did work on X-Men. He did work on
here.
Actually, he worked on one of these. That was the last work he did. But they're the new creative team on G.I. Joe, and the difference this time around is G.I. Joe's always been a covert team.
Yes.
Nobody knew it existed.
Covert operations.
Covert operations. Well, they've been outed. So now everyone knows who they are, and they know what they do. And one of the new team members will be a blogger who will be hanging around with them and blogging about their adventures.
And the first thing people will say is, who the hell is Joe?
And then Bruce Willis will show up.
Who is this Joe of which you speak?
Look how far his head flew.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis will show up and go, hello, how are you? I'm Joe.
Bruce Willis will show up.
We kill Girl Scouts.
And for those of you who don't know, wait till the G.I. Joe film comes out, and then you'll know why
ever
we're
does.
talking about Bruce Willis being G.I. Joe.
No, the new trailer's out, and they've
Well, trailer.
Like
Well,
last
they've
time,
converted
so
it.
ashamed of.
They've already paid for the 3D
I
conversion,
got
so the
you.
film
Oh,
is
that'll
the
make it
film
work.
is already
That'll
coming
make
out.
that's always something.
G.I. Joe starring The Rock.
Read it.
Yes,
Read
The
it.
Rock and
Bruce Willis.
and Bruce Willis
For the 4, 3,
and Channing Tatum, who died in the film, and so they had to re-edit the damn thing.
Well,
Well, he's in there now. He's no longer dead.
Yeah.
He brought him back to life.
Okay. Meanwhile, IDW has a new project that they have coming out called The Hollows by Chris Rydell and Sam Keith, of all people. Sam Keith doesn't do a lot of work.
So yeah, and this is a limited series. Chris Ryle is actually the editor-in-chief of IDW. The Hollows will take place in Japan, which is Japan's which hit by this massive nuclear destruction.
Godzilla?
And so the people, no, not Godzilla. Although they do own
So
Godzilla,
everybody
IDW
big
does have
smoldering
Godzilla,
hole?
that would make sense. But what happens
They'd be getting into rights problems later down the road.
Yeah.
They won't have the rights to Godzilla forever.
yeah, they probably have those issues like that.
And they'd be stuck with this and Godzilla being
It'll be
in it.
Modzilla.
Modzilla. But the deal is,
But anyway.
these people have to live in genetically engineered super trees.
Yes.
Trees so big that they can basically hold up city blocks where people are living. And the hollows are apparently these things that live in the radioactive waste, which is below these trees, that come up in the dead of night and try to kill every citizen who's still alive.
Well, that's lovely. Okay. Do they do it in Japanese?
No, because if they did it in Japanese and people walk in the store and go, I don't read Japanese, why am I buying
People
this?
couldn't understand it then.
Yeah, they wouldn't know what it
During
was.
college, comic book man lived in a tree.
You lived in a tree again?
I still live in a tree. I still live in a tree.
Is it the Keebler Elf tree?
No, it was the one with a treehouse in it.
Treehouse of Terror?
It was a
Treehouse of
secret
Terror,
fudge
yes,
factory.
Bart
It was a
Simpson's
secret
Treehouse.
Bart
fudge
Simpson's
I know
Treehouse
it.
of Terror?
Bart Simpson is Treehouse of Terror.
Hello.
Hello, I'm living.
And that's it. We're done with Fish. We're out of here. We got no more indie news. But go to the store's website. Check out all the indie news Bo sends me. I post up there. Bo!
Yeah.
Say something nice to these folks.
Don't live in a hollow giant tree.
If you have to.
You'll get splinters, and you will get cold, and someone in the dead of night will set it on fire, and you'll all die.
What about fall? I'll leave it fall.
You guys gotta stop putting antifreeze in your coffee. www.mountainatreality.com.
So go to the store's website. Check out all of his news. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And this is Yul Gibbons.
They have no
Well,
idea who Yul
that's a
Gibbons
reference.
is. You know it. I know it. He knows
Google.
it. Google it. Google it.
Google it,
You'll
baby!
understand what he's saying. Bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.